Okay, so you're thinking about hiring a personal trainer, but you're not sure. It's kind of a big deal. It costs a lot of money. It's going to take up your time. You're putting a lot of trust in someone. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 7 questions you should ask your possible personal trainer before you hire them. If you're new here, my name is Rebecca. I run Yaffa Moves. I'm a personal trainer and fitness instructor based in Toronto, and I've been training folks online for the past 5 years. I'm a body neutral trainer, which means I don't do weigh-ins. We don't focus on body weight, but we focus on getting strong and hitting your fitness goals. If that sounds good to you, I would love for you to stick around, and let's go over those 7 questions you should ask your personal trainer before you hire them. Question number 1, are you a certified personal trainer? So there are lots of folks on the internet who are making fitness content. You might see some of the fitness creators on YouTube or on Instagram, and that's cool. But if you're going to hire a personal trainer, you need to make sure they have the education required, that they are certified and insured, and they are a professional before you give them your money. Here in Canada, CanFitpro is one of the popular certifications, but you might also see something like a NASM CPT or some of these other organizations. This means they have education, they are insured, they are required to do ongoing education, and it means that they won't just be making stuff up or following trends. If you hire a certified personal trainer, they will know about anatomy, they will understand training principles, and they will train you based on exercise science and not trends. If the person you're talking to potentially hire as your personal trainer does not tell you whether or not they're certified, or they get a little cagey about it, that's an automatic no. So make sure they're certified before you even go any further in your exploration of hiring them. Question number 2, what is your approach to fitness? This will tell you just about everything you need to know about this coach's training style. So a couple things to look out for. Do they ask you what your fitness goals are, or do they assume they know what your goals are? Do they automatically assume that you're here to lose weight, or do they take the time to listen to you and understand what maybe brought you here in the first place? A couple other things you might want to learn about. What type of coaching style do they use? Are they very intense in their demeanor? Are they a boot camp style instructor? Or are they a little more gentle and approachable and friendly? That might be interesting for you to know. Other things you want to ask. How do they support you outside of your personal training sessions? Do they assign homework? Do they offer check-ins? Will they be an accountability partner for you doing workouts outside of your sessions together? If that's something you want. That's something you want to talk about in advance to make sure you're on the same page before you hire them. Question number 3, have you worked with people in my specific scenario? So if you're watching my channel, you might be somebody who deals with chronic pain. You might be somebody in a fat body. You might be queer. You might be disabled. Any of those. You want to ask that personal trainer if they have experience working with clientele with your specific situation. A good trainer will just tell you yes or no. If it's a no, they should be honest with you about that and say we might not be the best fit. If it's a yes, then they should be able to tell you how they would approach training you based on whatever scenario you're coming to them with. So for example, I work with a lot of people with chronic back pain. It's pretty common. It's something a lot of us experience in our life. So if I have a new personal training client come to me and ask me if I have experience working with people with back pain, I will tell them specifics about how I work with my other clients. No personal information, of course, but just the types of exercises we do in session together, how we work together to gauge where their pain level is at, how I will refer them out to a physiotherapist or other health providers when necessary, and how I approach managing our session based on their pain level. All of those types of stories and information can give you a little more confidence before you hire that personal trainer. Question number 4, will you weigh me or measure my body size? For some people, this is totally fine. If that's something that works for you mental health wise, And if it's a physical goal of yours, you might want to work with a personal trainer who will track your weight and track your body measurements to achieve your goal. My personal approach is that I do not weigh clients and I do not measure their body size because the people I work with are often coming from disordered eating backgrounds or find that type of approach to be triggering for their mental health. There's still so much we can do in fitness without doing weigh-ins. I personally don't find them necessary. So you want to know that before you work with your personal trainer. Ask yourself how that would potentially make you feel. Would it trigger anything for you based on your past? If the answer is yes, then you want to make sure that the personal trainer you choose to work with and hire is on the same page about that and will never force you into a situation where you feel uncomfortable tracking your weight or your body measurements. Question number 5. What does a training session actually look like with you? Any good trainer should be able to tell you kind of the flow of their session, what kind of things you will actually be doing when you work with them live. So for me, for example, every single personal training session I do with my clients, we start by checking in. I will ask them how they are feeling that day. How's their sleep? How is their body feeling? Is there any pain or has anything been going on since our last session that they want me to know about? And based on those answers, I'm going to tailor the rest of the session we're doing right then and there based on what they need. You might ask this personal trainer questions like, do you have a strict plan for what we're doing that day? Is there room for us to adjust as I need? Do I get any input into the types of exercises or training we're doing? Can I make requests? Do you plan out 12-week-long training blocks, or are you on a shorter cadence? Is it a little bit more flexible? Do you have experience coaching people in this specific type of exercise that I'm interested in? All of those types of questions are going to help you get a good picture of what it might be like to really work with that trainer. If you're doing virtual personal training, like what I offer here, you want to ask questions like, what software do you use? Do I need any equipment at home? Just kind of logistical questions to help you understand if this feels realistic for you or not. If you're going in person to a gym, you want to know about things like parking, the change room situation, how early should you arrive to make sure that your session goes smoothly, anything that will impact the actual time around your session so that you can make the most of your time in session that you've paid good money for. Before you start working with that personal trainer, you will want to have a clear idea of how long the sessions are. Typically, a personal training session is 45 minutes or 50 minutes or even 60 minutes. And you want to know how that time is used. So for my clients, I work with 45-minute sessions. That allows us to have the first 5 minutes to log on, catch up, ask those introductory questions. Then we have about 5 minutes of warm-up specific to their workout. We do the bulk of the workout, and there's always a few minutes at the end to stretch, cool down, and confirm our next session. I always like to end our session asking, how do you feel? Because that gives me a really good gauge of how that workout went for them and what I need to change in their programming. And it gives them a good reminder that, hey, I actually feel better than when we started this session. That's really important. You want to leave your sessions feeling satisfied, like you've got a good workout in, and having that communication is really important. If you get the sense that this person that you're talking to maybe be your personal trainer is a good communicator and will listen to you and take feedback well, that's a really good sign. Question number 6, what is your cancellation policy? Okay, this one's kind of boring and maybe straightforward, but it's important to know. Life is going to happen. At some point in your relationship with this personal trainer, you probably will have to cancel a session, whether it's an illness, an emergency, vacation, just life. I personally offer a 24-hour cancellation policy, but I'm pretty lenient with that. So each one of my clients has had 1 or 2 emergencies. They woke up sick, have a migraine or whatever. I'm pretty lenient on that first or second time. And then after that, we just enforce that 24-hour cancellation policy to keep things fair on both sides. So it's really important to understand how that trainer works, how the cancellation policy works, so that you don't get charged unnecessarily and that you have clear communication between the two of you. Question number 7, why did you become a personal trainer? This is my favorite question to get during a consult because I want to share the fact that I'm really passionate about helping my clients. I want to tell this potential client that I'm going to be rooting for them, that I'm in this industry because I genuinely love it and because I get so much satisfaction from helping people realize that fitness is for them. It is also really interesting to get an understanding of their journey. So for me personally, I grew up as a dancer and then I got really into powerlifting, and that sort of led me into the path of being a fitness coach. But you might be looking for somebody with a specific sport background or specific lived experience that you share. And this is the time to ask that question and find out a little bit more about this potential personal trainer before you hire them. Okay, so you've asked those big 7 questions. The last thing is to trust your gut. Do you feel like you would really get along with this person? Do you feel like they were a good listener and communicator? Did you feel comfortable with them? That's really important. Your personal trainer is going to see you fail at things. They are going to see you get sweaty and uncomfortable. You want to make sure this is somebody that you really feel like you can communicate with openly and honestly to best serve your goals. Do you feel like they listen to you? Do you feel like they will be a good, positive influence in your life? If so, that's probably a good sign that they're the right fit for you. If any of this resonated with you and you are interested in finding a virtual personal trainer who will help you achieve your fitness goals, click the link in the description. You can book a free consult call with me to learn more about personal training. We will go through those 7 questions and more, and I'm happy to chat anytime. Having a personal trainer in your corner is one of the best ways to achieve your fitness goals and reshape your relationship with fitness for the long term. So let's chat. If you liked this video, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more body neutral, fun, and inclusive fitness content, and I'll see you next time. Bye.